Today, I'm going to show you everything about GPT-5 and why it's about to change everything forever. This is a compilation of all the GPT-5 information I've gathered over the past few months. Think of this as your 1-hour course to get ready for GPT-5. This is the biggest AI release in history, and it's coming this summer. You'll get it for free, and it's going to be 10 times smarter than anything we've seen before. No more confusing model names, no more picking which AI to use. Just one super smart AI that does everything better than any human. Plus, I found leaked evidence that nobody's talking about. Hey, if we haven't met already, I'm the digital avatar of Julian Goldie, CEO of SEO agency Goldie Agency. Whilst he's helping clients get more leads and customers, I'm here to help you get the latest AI updates. So GPT-5 is finally happening. And when I tell you what Sam Altman just announced, you're going to lose your mind. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever been confused about which ChatGPT model to use? GPT-4, GPT-4o, o1, o3? It's a mess, right? Well, that's about to end forever. Sam Altman just went on OpenAI's brand new podcast and dropped the biggest news of the year. GPT-5 is coming this summer, and it's going to be completely free for everyone. But here's the crazy part. It's not just another model. It's going to replace everything, all the confusion, all the different models. Gone. One AI to rule them all. Now, before I tell you exactly when you can get it, let me share something that's going to blow your mind. Sam Altman asked a room full of smart people, how many of you think you're smarter than GPT-4? Some hands went up. Then he asked, how many of you think you'll be smarter than GPT-5? Almost no hands went up. Even Sam Altman said he doesn't think he'll be smarter than GPT-5, and this is the guy who built it. So what makes GPT-5 so special? Why is everyone calling it the biggest AI breakthrough ever? Here's what Sam Altman revealed. GPT-5 is not just one model. It's a complete system that combines everything OpenAI has ever built. You get the natural language skills of GPT-4o, the crazy reasoning power of o3, and a bunch of new features we've never seen before. But here's the part that got me excited. You know how right now you have to pick which model to use? That's over. GPT-5 will automatically know what you need and give you the best response every single time. No more model picker, no more confusion. Just ask and get the perfect answer. Sam Altman said they hate the model picker as much as we do. Finally, someone gets it. Now let's talk about when you can actually use this thing. Sam Altman confirmed it's coming probably sometime this summer. That means we're looking at July, August, or September 2025. But here's something interesting. He said they have internal benchmarks that GPT-5 has to hit before they release it. If it doesn't meet those standards, they won't ship it. This tells me they're being super careful because they know this is going to be huge. And speaking of huge, let me tell you about the free access situation. This is where it gets really good. Everyone gets unlimited access to GPT-5 for free. That's right, completely free, no catch, no limits, just unlimited access to the most powerful AI ever created. But if you want the premium experience, ChatGPT Plus and Pro users will get access to higher intelligence levels. Think of it like having a sports car versus a race car. Both are fast, but one is built for speed. Now, here's something that Sam Altman revealed that most people missed. GPT-5 isn't just about being smarter, it's about being more useful. He talked about how AI will soon be able to compress 10 years of scientific progress into 1 year. Imagine curing diseases, solving climate change, and making breakthrough discoveries at lightning speed. But what does this mean for regular people like us? It means GPT-5 will be like having a super genius assistant that never gets tired, never makes mistakes, and can help you with literally anything. Want to start a business? GPT-5 will create your business plan, marketing strategy, and help you execute everything. Need to learn a new skill? GPT-5 will be your personal tutor that adapts to exactly how you learn best. Have a complex problem at work? GPT-5 will break it down and give you step-by-step solutions. The possibilities are endless. But here's what really got my attention. Sam Altman said GPT-5 will have advanced memory capabilities. This means it will remember everything about you and get smarter the more you use it. Imagine an AI that knows your preferences, your goals, your work style, and your personality. Every conversation builds on the last one, making it more helpful over time. It's like having a personal assistant who's been working with you for years, except this one has access to all human knowledge. Now, let's talk about the technical improvements. Early testers are calling GPT-5 materially better than GPT-4. That's a huge deal because GPT-4 was already incredible. We're talking about massive improvements in reasoning and logic. GPT-5 can think through complex problems like a PhD researcher, coding abilities. It can write, debug, and optimize code better than most programmers. Creative tasks. From writing to art to music, it's going to be next-level multimodal capabilities. Text, images, audio, and potentially video all in one system. Long-term memory, it remembers context across conversations and sessions. Emotional intelligence, better understanding of human emotions and social cues. But here's something that Sam Altman mentioned that really stuck with me. He said, we're reaching the end of the current mountain with GPT-5. What does that mean? It means GPT-5 might be the last traditional language model before we move into true artificial general intelligence. This isn't just another upgrade, this is the foundation for everything that comes next. And the timing couldn't be better. While other companies are struggling to keep up, OpenAI is about to leap ahead by years, maybe even decades. Google, Microsoft, Meta, they're all going to be playing catch-up for a very long time. But here's what I find most interesting about all of this. Sam Altman was very careful about managing expectations. He said they don't know exactly when GPT-5 will launch because it depends on meeting their internal standards. This tells me they're not rushing this release. They want to make sure it's perfect before putting it in everyone's hands. And honestly, that makes me even more excited. When you're dealing with technology this powerful, you want the team to be cautious. Now, let's talk about what this means for businesses and entrepreneurs. If you're not preparing for GPT-5, you're already behind. Think about it. Your competitors are going to have access to an AI that can do the work of entire teams. Market research, content creation, customer service, data analysis, strategic planning, all of it automated and optimized. The businesses that adapt fast will dominate. The ones that don't will struggle to survive. But here's the good news. Since GPT-5 will be free, everyone gets the same starting line. It's not about who has the biggest budget anymore. It's about who can use this technology most effectively. And that's where creativity and strategy come in. The businesses that figure out unique ways to leverage GPT-5 will win big. I'm already thinking about how this will change SEO, content marketing, and customer acquisition. The possibilities are mind-blowing. But let's get back to the timeline. Sam Altman said probably sometime this summer, but also mentioned it could go either way on whether they call it GPT-5 or just keep iterating on the current models. This suggests they're still finalizing exactly how they want to position this release. But regardless of what they call it, the capabilities are going to be revolutionary. Here's something else that's interesting. OpenAI is also working on other models that will come before GPT-5. They're releasing O3 and O4 Mini in the next few weeks. These are stepping stones to GPT-5, giving us a preview of what's coming. So we'll get to experience some of these advanced capabilities before the full GPT-5 launch. But here's what really excites me about GPT-5. It's not just about the technology, it's about democratizing intelligence. For the first time in human history, everyone will have access to superhuman intelligence for free. That's unprecedented. Think about what this means for education, for innovation, for solving global problems. When everyone has access to this level of AI assistance, we could see breakthroughs happening everywhere. Students in developing countries will have the same AI tutors as kids in Silicon Valley. Small businesses will compete with Fortune 500 companies on equal footing. Individual creators will be able to produce content at enterprise scale. It's the great equalizer. But with great power comes great responsibility. Sam Altman has been very clear about maintaining trust and safety with GPT-5. They're not going to compromise the integrity of the AI for advertising or other business models. That's crucial because trust is everything when you're dealing with AI this powerful. Now, here's what you need to do to prepare for GPT-5. First, start experimenting with the current models if you haven't already. Get familiar with prompt engineering, understand how to communicate effectively with AI, and start thinking about how you can integrate these tools into your workflow. Second, start planning how you'll use GPT-5 in your business or career. What tasks could you automate? What new opportunities could this create? What skills should you focus on that complement AI rather than compete with it? Third, stay informed about the release. Follow OpenAI's announcements, join communities discussing AI developments, and be ready to jump in early when GPT-5 launches. The early adopters are going to have a huge advantage. Here's something else to consider. While GPT-5 will be free, there will likely be paid tiers with additional features and higher usage limits. If you're serious about leveraging this technology, you'll probably want to upgrade to get the full benefits. But even the free tier will be more powerful than anything we have today. That's the crazy part about all of this. Now, let me address something important. Some people are worried about AI replacing human jobs. And yes, GPT-5 will automate many tasks that humans currently do. But here's the thing. It's also going to create entirely new categories of jobs and opportunities. The key is to position yourself to benefit from this change rather than be disrupted by it. Learn to work with AI, not against it. Focus on skills that complement artificial intelligence, build businesses that leverage these new capabilities. The future belongs to those who embrace this technology early and use it strategically. Sam Altman also hinted at something really interesting. He talked about AI agents that will function as virtual co-workers. Imagine having an AI colleague that can handle complex projects, make decisions, and work independently on your behalf. That's the direction we're heading with GPT-5 and beyond. But let's bring this back to practical terms. What will you actually be able to do with GPT-5 that you can't do today? You'll be able to have conversations that feel completely natural and human-like. The AI will understand context, emotion, and nuance in ways that current models struggle with. You'll be able to work on complex projects that require reasoning, planning, and execution across multiple steps. Instead of asking for one-off answers, you'll be able to collaborate with GPT-5 on long-term initiatives. You'll have access to multimodal capabilities that let you work with text, images, audio, and potentially video all in one seamless experience. And perhaps most importantly, you'll have an AI that learns and adapts to your specific needs and preferences over time. It's going to feel less like using a tool and more like working with an incredibly intelligent partner. Now, here's something that Sam Altman mentioned that really caught my attention. He said, the progress we'll see in the next 2 years will be more impressive than everything we've seen in the last 2 years. That's a bold statement considering how much AI has advanced recently, but based on what I know about GPT-5 and what's in development, I believe him. We're not just looking at incremental improvements, we're looking at fundamental breakthroughs in how AI works and what it can do. And the best part, you're going to have front row seats to this transformation. So mark your calendars for summer 2025, start preparing now, and get ready for the biggest change in technology since the internet. GPT-5 is coming, and it's going to change everything. The question isn't whether this will impact your life and business, but it's happening whether we're ready or not. Sam Altman just confirmed that GPT-5 is coming this summer, and when I tell you what this thing can do, you're going to lose your mind. But here's what's really crazy. While everyone's talking about when it's coming, almost nobody's talking about how to actually prepare for it, and that's a massive mistake, because GPT-5 isn't just going to be better than GPT-4. It's going to make GPT-4 look like a calculator compared to a supercomputer. Let me paint you a picture of what's coming. Sam Altman stood in front of a crowd and asked, how many of you think you're going to be smarter than GPT-5? You know how many hands went up? Almost zero. This is the guy who built the thing, and even he doesn't think he's going to be smarter than it. That should terrify you, but it should also excite you, because if you know how to use this thing properly, you're about to have superpowers. But here's what nobody's telling you. The way you're prompting AI right now is going to be completely wrong for GPT-5. I've been studying the patterns, I've been looking at what OpenAI is building, and I can see exactly where this is heading. Most people are going to get left behind because they don't understand what's changing, but not you. Because I'm about to show you exactly how to get ready. First, let me tell you what Sam Altman just revealed about GPT-5. He said it's going to unify everything. No more switching between different models. No more confusion about which AI to use for what task. GPT-5 will just know. Right now, you have to pick between GPT-4 for writing, o1 for reasoning, and different models for different tasks. It's messy, it's confusing, and it's about to be history. GPT-5 will automatically figure out if you need deep reasoning or quick answers. It'll handle text, images, voice, and video all at once. It's like having every AI tool you've ever used rolled into one super intelligent system. But here's the part that's going to change your life. Sam Altman confirmed that the free tier of ChatGPT will get unlimited access to GPT-5. Think about that for a second. The most powerful AI ever created, for free, unlimited use. While paid users will get even more powerful versions, everyone gets access to the base model. This isn't some limited trial, this is full access to the future. But here's what I really want you to understand. The people who succeed with GPT-5 won't be the ones who just use it. They'll be the ones who know how to communicate with it properly. And that's where most people are going to fail. Let me show you what I mean. Right now, people are still prompting AI like it's 2023. They're saying things like, act like a marketing expert or pretend you're a copywriter. That worked with earlier models, but it's amateur hour for what's coming. GPT-5 is going to be so smart that it doesn't need you to pretend it's something else. It needs you to be specific about what you actually want. Here's the first thing you need to understand. Extreme specificity is your new superpower. These models are getting so big and so capable that vague requests actually hurt performance. You need to tell it exactly what you want. Word counts, formats, specific requirements. Don't say, write me a blog post. Say, write me a 1,500-word blog post in 3 sections with H2 headers. Include 2 case studies, write in a conversational tone for small business owners, and end with 3 specific action steps. The more specific you are, the better GPT-5 will perform. It's like having an incredibly talented assistant who can do anything but needs clear instructions. Second thing, context is everything. GPT-4 can handle around 100,000 to 200,000 tokens. That's already huge. But GPT-5, we're talking potentially millions of tokens. That means you can load up massive amounts of context, your entire business strategy, all your brand guidelines, your complete customer research, your whole content calendar. Instead of giving it 2 sentences about your business, give it everything. The more context you provide, the better results you'll get. Here's what this looks like in practice. Instead of saying, help me write an email, you say, here's our complete brand voice guide. Here's our customer personas. Here's the specific campaign this email is part of. Here's our sales data from the last quarter. Now write an email to our segment of customers who haven't purchased in 60 days. That's the level of context GPT-5 can handle. And when you give it that much information, the results are going to be incredible. Third thing, and this is huge, multi-phase workflows are becoming native. Right now, if you want AI to do something complex, you have to break it into multiple conversations, research in one chat, analysis in another, final output in a third. That's about to change completely. GPT-5 will be able to handle entire workflows in a single conversation, research, analyze, strategize, create, and refine, all in one go. But here's the key. You need to start thinking like a project manager when you prompt. Don't just ask for the end result. Map out the entire process you want it to follow. Say something like, first, research our top 5 competitors' content strategies. Second, analyze what's working best in our industry. Third, identify gaps in our current approach. Fourth, create a 3-month content plan. Fifth, write the first week's worth of content. Sixth, create a tracking system to measure results. That's how you're going to need to think with GPT-5, not just what you want, but the entire journey to get there. Fourth thing, structured output is going to be the baseline. Stop asking for thoughts or ideas. Start demanding scorecards, matrices, tables, phase plans. GPT-5 is going to excel at giving you structured, actionable information, but you have to ask for it specifically. Instead of, what do you think about my marketing strategy? Ask for a comprehensive audit of my marketing strategy with scores from 110 in 5 key areas, specific recommendations for improvement in each area, a priority matrix showing which changes to make first, and a 90-day implementation timeline. The more structure you demand in the output, the more useful it's going to be. Now, here's something that's going to sound crazy, but it's critical for success with GPT-5. You need to make it ask questions. The best prompts are going to be the ones that expect the AI to be curious, to dig deeper, to challenge your assumptions. End your prompts with something like, what questions do you have about this project that would help you give me better recommendations? GPT-5 is going to be smart enough to identify gaps in your thinking. Let it. Also, build in self-evaluation loops. Every major prompt should include check your work, validate your recommendations, identify potential problems with this approach. These models are getting access to more and more information. Make them use it to double-check everything. Here's another critical point. Force trade-offs and prioritization. Don't let GPT-5 hedge. Don't let it give you wishy-washy answers that try to cover every possibility. Make it choose, make it rank, make it cut things. Say, give me your top 3 recommendations, not 5 or 10. Tell me which one is most important and why. What are we not going to do and why? This teaches the AI to think critically instead of just generating comprehensive lists. Now, here's what Sam Altman said. That should get your attention. He thinks the progress we're going to see from now until 2027 will be more dramatic than everything we've seen in the last 2 years. Think about that. ChatGPT only came out in late 2022. In 2.5 years, we went from having no AI to AI that can write, code, analyze images, and reason through complex problems. And Altman thinks the next 2 years will be even more dramatic. He also said that within a few years, AI will compress 10 years of scientific progress into 1 year. We're not just talking about better chatbots, we're talking about AI that can accelerate human knowledge and discovery at an unprecedented pace. But here's what's really wild. Altman suggested that by 2035, any individual could have access to intellectual capacity equivalent to everyone alive today. Read that again. The combined intelligence of every human on Earth, available to you personally. That's not science fiction, that's the roadmap from the guy building this technology. GPT-5 is going to be so capable that the bottleneck won't be the technology, it will be human ability to communicate with it properly. But there's something else Sam Altman revealed that I haven't told you yet. He said that GPT-5 won't just be available on the web, it's going to be integrated everywhere. We're moving toward a world where AI is like electricity. It's not something you go to a specific place to use. It's just there, embedded in everything. Your phone, your computer, your apps, your tools. GPT-5 level intelligence everywhere. That means the skills you learn now for prompting AI aren't just going to help you with ChatGPT. They're going to help you with every digital tool you use. The people who master AI communication now are going to have superpowers in a world where AI is everywhere. Now, let me address something that a lot of people are worried about. Yes, GPT-5 is going to be incredibly powerful. Yes, it's going to change how work gets done, but it's not going to replace humans who know how to use it properly. Think of it like this. When spreadsheets were invented, they didn't eliminate accountants, but accountants who mastered spreadsheets became vastly more valuable than those who didn't. GPT-5 is going to be the same thing, but for every knowledge worker, the opportunity here is enormous, but it's not going to last forever. Right now, most people are still figuring out how to use current AI tools. Most businesses are just starting to experiment. But when GPT-5 drops, there's going to be a massive acceleration. Here's what I recommend you do right now. Start practicing the techniques I've shown you with current models. Get comfortable with extreme specificity, context loading, multi-phase workflows, and structured outputs. These skills are going to transfer directly to GPT-5, but they take time to develop. Don't wait until GPT-5 is released to start learning. Start now. Also, begin thinking about how AI could transform your specific business or role. Not just AI could help with content creation. Think specifically about your actual workflows, your real problems, your concrete goals. What would change if you had access to unlimited genius-level intelligence that could research, analyze, create, and optimize anything you asked it to? How would your business be different? How would your daily work change? What new opportunities would open up? Start mapping this out now, because when GPT-5 arrives, you'll want to hit the ground running. Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you comment below and let me know what you're most excited about with GPT-5. Are you ready for AI that's smarter than most humans? What's the first thing you're going to use it for? These benchmark charts have been going viral everywhere. Everyone's sharing them. They show GPT-5 crushing every other AI model, getting perfect 100% scores on math tests, destroying Google's Gemini, making Grok look like a toy. Millions of people saw these charts. AI influencers shared them. Tech YouTubers made videos about them. Everyone was talking about how GPT-5 is going to change everything. But here's the thing that should have been a red flag. OpenAI never released it. They never even said they were testing it publicly. Yet somehow these perfect benchmark scores just appeared out of nowhere. And that's when Flavio Adamo dropped a bomb on social media. He posted the truth that nobody wanted to hear. Those GPT-5 benchmarks everyone's reposting are 100% fake? Wait, what? The whole internet got fooled by fake charts. But it gets worse. Way worse. See, while everyone was arguing about fake GPT-5 numbers, I went digging into what's actually happening in the AI world right now. And what I found will blow your mind. First, let me show you the evidence that these benchmarks are completely made up. I spent hours searching through every official OpenAI announcement, every research paper, every leak from credible sources. You know what I found about GPT-5 benchmarks? Nothing. Zero. Not a single legitimate source. OpenAI hasn't released GPT-5. They haven't even finished GPT-5. Sam Altman, their CEO, said it might come in summer 2025, but even that's looking shaky. But here's where it gets really interesting. While everyone was distracted by fake GPT-5 news, the real AI race was heating up behind the scenes. And guess who's actually winning right now? It's not who you think. Let me tell you about what's really happening at OpenAI. They just released something called GPT 4.5. Sounds impressive, right? Well, not so fast. GPT 4.5 costs $75 for every million input tokens. That's insanely expensive. To put that in perspective, that's like paying $75 to read 750,000 words. A typical book has maybe 80,000 words. So you'd pay $75 to read about 9 books worth of text. And here's the kicker. Despite being so expensive, GPT-4.5 is getting crushed by cheaper competitors on actual benchmarks. On science questions, it scores 71.4%, but a Chinese AI called DeepSeek scores 79.7% and costs way less. On math problems, GPT-4.5 gets 36.7%, but OpenAI's own O3 mini model gets 87.3%. So OpenAI made their most expensive model ever, and it's losing to their own cheaper models. That doesn't sound like winning to me. But wait, there's more. OpenAI is so unsure about GPT-4.5 that they're already planning to kill it. They announced they're shutting down GPT 4.5 API access on July 14th, 2025. That's just a few months after launch. When was the last time you saw a company launch their flagship product and then announce they're killing it 3 months later? That's not confidence, that's panic. Meanwhile, while OpenAI is struggling with expensive, underperforming models, their competitors are eating their lunch. Elon Musk just dropped Grok 4, and the leaked benchmarks for this one are actually real. Grok 4 scores 45% on something called Humanity's Last Exam, a test so hard that most AIs fail completely. That's double what Google's best model achieved. On coding tasks, Grok 4 scores 75 on SWE Bench, which measures real-world programming skills. That beats most models available today. And here's the crazy part. Grok 4 is already available to developers right now. While everyone's waiting for the mythical GPT-5, Elon just shipped a working product. But here's what really worries me about this whole fake benchmark situation. It shows how easy it is to fool people in the AI space. Think about it. Someone made fake charts, posted them online, and millions of people believe them without checking. Tech influencers with hundreds of thousands of followers shared them as fact. This tells me that most people, even people who should know better, aren't actually following what's happening in AI. They're just repeating whatever sounds exciting, and that's dangerous because while everyone's chasing fake GPT-5 hype, the real AI revolution is happening somewhere else. Let me tell you what's actually coming that nobody's talking about. Chinese AI companies are moving crazy fast. DeepSeek just released a model that performs almost as well as OpenAI's best models, but costs a fraction of the price. Alibaba's Qwen is beating GPT-4 on many tasks. These companies aren't wasting time on marketing hype. They're just shipping better products faster. And here's something that should scare every business owner watching this. While American companies are focused on making expensive, premium AI models, Chinese companies are making AI that's almost as good but way cheaper. What do you think happens when businesses can get 90% of the performance for 10% of the cost? They switch. Fast. This is exactly what happened with manufacturing, with solar panels, with electronics. First, Chinese products were cheaper but lower quality, then they got better while staying cheaper, then they dominated. We might be watching the same thing happen with AI right now, but there's another player in this game that most people are sleeping on, Meta. Mark Zuckerberg just hired away some of OpenAI's best researchers. He's spending billions on AI development. And here's the key difference. Meta is making their AI models open source. That means any developer, any startup, any company can use Meta's AI for free. While OpenAI is charging $75 per million tokens, Meta is charging $0. How do you compete with free? You don't. This is why I think OpenAI might be in serious trouble. They built their whole business on being the best AI company. But what happens when other companies make AI that's almost as good for way less money? And what happens when some companies make AI that's completely free? OpenAI better hope that GPT-5 is absolutely incredible when it finally comes out. Because right now they're losing on every metric that matters: price, performance, and speed of innovation. But here's what this means for you as a business owner or someone who uses AI. First, don't fall for hype and fake benchmarks. Always check your sources. If someone shows you amazing AI results, ask where the data came from. Second, don't put all your eggs in the OpenAI basket. Test other models. You might find that cheaper alternatives work just as well for your use case. Third, keep an eye on open source AI. If Meta's models get good enough, you might be able to run powerful AI on your own computers without paying monthly fees to anyone. The AI landscape is changing fast. The companies winning today might not be the companies winning tomorrow. And speaking of winning, let me tell you about something that can help you win in your business right now. So ChatGPT 5, Sam Altman just dropped the bomb on their official podcast. He said, quote, probably sometime this summer, we're getting GPT-5. But here's what's wild. This isn't just another update. They completely changed how they're building it. See, OpenAI spent $500 million twice on training runs that failed. Yeah, you heard that right. $1 billion on experiments that didn't work. Why? Because the old way of making AI smarter hit a wall. You know how they used to just feed it more internet data? Well, we ran out of internet. Seriously. Ilya Sutskever, their former chief scientist, said, we have but one internet. So what did they do? They flipped the script. Instead of making it bigger, they're making it think different. It's like having two brains now. One that answers fast, one that thinks deep, and they work together. This is huge. Because right now you got to pick between different models. GPT-4 for this, Claude for that, O1 for math. It's confusing. GPT-5 fixes all that. One model that does everything. Sam Altman called it magic unified intelligence. But wait, it gets crazier. SoftBank just threw $30 billion at OpenAI. That's billion with a B, making OpenAI worth $300 billion. Only SpaceX is worth more as a private company. Why would they do that? Because GPT-5 isn't just smart, it's PhD level smart. In everything, math, coding, science, business, and get this, it remembers you, like actually remembers your conversations, your preferences, everything, the context window. Over 1 million tokens. That means you can upload entire books, entire code bases, and it understands all of it at once. Plus it sees images, videos, everything, not separate features, all together, seamlessly. Here's where it gets interesting for your business. They're doing tiered pricing. Free tier gets you basic GPT-5, $20 a month gets you the smart version, and there's a pro tier coming for the full power. But competition is heating up. Claude from Anthropic. It's beating GPT-4 at coding right now, 72% on benchmarks versus GPT-4's 54%. Google's Gemini, 2 million token context window, that's twice what GPT-5 promises. OpenAI's market share dropped from 50% to 34% last year. They need GPT-5 to work. Bad. The technical stuff is mind-blowing. We're talking 3 to 50 trillion parameters. Nobody knows exact numbers because they're using this new architecture called mixture of experts. Basically, different parts activate for different tasks. Super efficient. They had over 100 people from 29 countries testing it for safety, speaking 45 languages, making sure it doesn't go rogue or say crazy stuff. But here's the real kicker. Remember those failed training runs? They discovered something huge. Just making models bigger doesn't work anymore. The whole industry was doing it wrong. So they pivoted, combined their O-series reasoning with regular GPT, created something totally new. Jerry Tworek from OpenAI said GPT-5 makes everything our models can currently do better with less model switching. This canvas thing they're building is like having a visual workspace. You can code, write, create, all with the AI watching and helping in real time. Plus, Sora integration for video. Imagine making Hollywood-quality videos with text prompts. The development drama is insane. Microsoft expected this thing they called Orion by mid-2024. Didn't happen. That became GPT 4.5 instead, which Altman now calls the last non-chain of thought model. Fortune magazine exposed the whole mess. Multiple failed training runs, engineers panicking, costs spiraling out of control. They literally hired human experts to create new training data because the internet wasn't enough. API pricing, expect to pay $3 to $5 per million input tokens. Output, $12 to $20 per million. But here's the twist. Reasoning tasks bill by usage. Like cloud computing, the more it thinks, the more you pay. Enterprise customers, looking at $30 to $50 per user monthly for advanced features. But unlimited free tier for basic use. Smart move to get everyone hooked. The timeline pressure is real. SoftBank's $30 billion becomes $20 billion if OpenAI doesn't convert to for profit by December 31st, 2025. Plus, Elon Musk is suing them about it. Drama everywhere. They allocated $18 billion just for infrastructure, something called Stargate, building the computers to run this monster. We're talking 7,000 NVIDIA B100 chips. Each one costs more than a Ferrari. Market dynamics are shifting fast. AI startups grabbed over half of all venture funding last quarter. 121 billion total. Everyone wants in on this gold rush. But Gartner says 30% of AI projects fail after proof of concept. By end of 2025, reality check. This stuff is hard. What makes GPT-5 different? It thinks before answering, like really thinks, can do 1,000-step reasoning chains, solves problems that would take humans hours in seconds, hallucinations way down. They built new grounding mechanisms. Basically, it double-checks itself constantly. No more making stuff up. The persistent memory is game-changing. Imagine having an AI assistant that actually knows you, your projects, your style, your goals, builds on every conversation. That's GPT-5. Multimodal isn't just a buzzword here. It processes text, images, audio, video all together, not switching between modes. One unified understanding. Upload a video, ask about specific moments, get perfect answers. Competition is fierce though. Anthropic doubled market share to 24%. Enterprises love Claude for coding. Google's pushing hard with Gemini integration everywhere. Even Apple's getting serious about AI. OpenAI still has advantages. 500 million weekly ChatGPT users. 92% of Fortune 500 companies use their products. Distribution matters, but GPT-5 has to deliver. has to be so good that switching back feels impossible. That's the bar they set for themselves. Technical challenges are real. Training these models costs insane money, uses insane power. Some estimates say one training run uses as much electricity as a small city for a month. They're exploring synthetic data now, using O1 model to generate training data for GPT-5. It's like AI teaching AI, wild times. The reasoning architecture is key. System 1 thinking, fast, intuitive. System 2, slow, logical. GPT-5 combines both. Knows when to answer quick, knows when to think deep. This matters for business. Imagine AI that can actually strategize, not just answer questions, but think through complex problems, make real recommendations. That's the promise. Pricing strategy is clever. Free tier hooks everyone, plus tier for prosumers, pro tier for power users, API for developers, something for everyone, but the real money? Enterprise contracts. Speaking of money, OpenAI needs 125 billion revenue by 2029. That's their target from 10 billion today, 12x growth in 4 years. Aggressive doesn't even describe it. Summer 2025 release window is tight. We're talking 3 to 4 months max. After all these delays, they can't miss again. Stock market expectations, investor pressure, competition breathing down their neck. The unified intelligence approach could backfire. What if it's jack of all trades, master of none? What if specialized models still beat it at specific tasks? Real risk there. But if it works, game over. One model to rule them all. No more confusion, no more switching, just pure AI power at your fingertips. Bottom line, GPT-5 isn't just another AI model, it's OpenAI's bet on the future of intelligence itself. Succeed, and they define the next decade. Fail, and the whole industry might crash. For your business, start preparing now. This level of AI changes everything. Customer service, content creation, data analysis, strategy, all transformed. Winners move fast. The technical leap from GPT-4 to GPT-5 is bigger than 3 to 4. We're talking fundamental architecture changes, new ways of thinking, new ways of learning, revolutionary stuff. Market timing is everything. Launch too early, bugs and problems, too late. Competition eats your lunch. OpenAI's walking a tightrope here. One thing's certain. AI development hit an inflection point. Old methods don't work. New approaches are risky. But the potential, absolutely massive. GPT-5 represents the biggest test yet. Can we actually build AGI, or are we hitting fundamental limits? Summer 2025, we find out. And by the way, stick around because I'm going to show you exactly how to get early access to this thing before everyone else finds out about it. Last week, something crazy went down. A developer was digging through some code on GitHub. Nothing special, right? Wrong. They found something that wasn't supposed to be there. Hidden in a biology benchmarks repository was this: GPT-5-reasoning-alpha-2025-7-13. That's GPT-5, the real deal. And it was dated July 13th, 2025. Now, before I tell you what this means for you, let me explain why this is such a big deal. Because what I'm about to share is going to change everything about how you use AI. See, right now we have all these different AI models. You got GPT-4 for general stuff. You got O1 for reasoning. You got Claude for writing. You got Gemini for whatever Google's doing. It's confusing as hell. But GPT-5 is different. And I'll tell you why in just a second. First, let me show you what happened when this leaked. The AI community went nuts, everyone started digging deeper, and what they found was insane. Alexander Wei, he's a researcher at OpenAI, he confirmed that GPT-5 is on its way. But that's not even the biggest news. But here's where it gets even crazier. Remember how I said you have to pick between different models? Well, that's about to end. Actually, before I tell you about that, quick thing, if you want to see exactly how to use AI tools to get results fast, I've got a free insert tool training. Shows you step-by-step how to use it. Links in the comments and description to the AI Success Lab. Completely free. Check it out. Now, back to what I was saying. Romain Hewitt, he's the head of developer experience at OpenAI. He confirmed something huge. GPT-5 is going to unify everything. The reasoning from the O series, the multimodality from the GPT series, all in one model, no more switching, no more choosing, just one model that works. Think about that for a second. Right now, if you want to reason through a problem, you use O1. If you want to create an image, you use DALLE. It's like having 10 different apps on your phone just to send a message. GPT-5? It's like if your iPhone could do everything without apps, just works. And before I forget, there's something else you need to know about what Sam Altman said. But first, let me tell you about the timeline. So here's where it gets interesting. Sam Altman tweeted something cryptic. He said he woke up on a Saturday morning to test our new model on a coding project. You know what happened? He was done in 5 minutes. 5 minutes, he said, and I quote, "It is very, very good." Then he said something weird. He said, "Not sure how I feel about it." Now, he didn't say it was GPT-5, but come on, OpenAI's CEO testing a new model that's very, very good, right when GPT-5 leaks start appearing? Connect the dots. Mark Kretschmann, he's an AI developer. He saw Sam's tweet and said straight up, OpenAI has solved programming. GPT-5 takes 5 minutes for an entire project. But wait, it gets better. Remember that release date I mentioned? July 2025. That's this month. And here's what everyone's saying. It might be free. Not confirmed yet, but multiple sources are suggesting OpenAI wants to make it accessible to everyone. Makes sense when you think about the competition. Now you might be thinking, Julian, that sounds too good to be true. And normally you'd be right. But here's the thing. I've been tracking these leaks for weeks, and everything points to the same conclusion. Let me break down what GPT-5 is expected to do, because this is where it gets really wild. First, people are saying it thinks by default. You don't have to tell it to think step by step. It just does it. Imagine having a conversation with someone who actually thinks before they speak. That's what they're building. Second, it's expected to have memory, not just in one conversation, across all your conversations. It learns how you work. It knows your style. It's like having an assistant who's worked with you for years, except you just met. Third, and this is what people are speculating, it could handle way more context than before. Some are saying 1 million tokens. You know what that means? You could upload entire books, full code bases, complete research papers, and it understands all of it. But here's what nobody's talking about, and this is important. GPT-5 isn't just better at the stuff we already do, it can do things we haven't even thought of yet. The code that leaked showed reasoning effort high. That means this thing is designed to really think, not just pattern match, actually reason through problems. Now, you might be wondering, how do they know all this if it hasn't been released yet? Good question. Here's what happened. Someone at OpenAI made a mistake. They were testing GPT-5 on something called the BioSec benchmark. That's a test for how AI handles biosecurity threats. Serious stuff. But they accidentally left traces in the public code. The model name, the date, the reasoning label, everything. And once people found it, they started connecting the dots. More evidence piled up. And now we know GPT-5 is real, it's coming, and it's going to change everything. But here's something else, and pay attention because this affects you directly. OpenAI is also testing something called O3 Alpha. This showed up on July 17th, just days after the GPT-5 leak. It's specifically designed for coding and design work. And get this, it can build entire web applications in one shot. Complex stuff, games, everything. Some people think O3 Alpha might actually be related to GPT-5, like they're testing different capabilities, so you might get the best of both worlds. Now, let me tell you about the timeline, because timing is everything here. GPT-4 came out over 2 years ago. 2 years. In AI time, that's like a century. Since then, everyone else caught up. Claude got better at writing. Gemini got better at, well, being Google. Grok just announced version 4, but OpenAI, they've been quiet. Too quiet, you know why? Because they've been building GPT-5, and according to the leaks, they've been testing it since at least July 13th. That's when that code got dated. But here's the thing, that's just when they finalized that version. They've probably been working on it for months before that. Everyone's expecting summer 2025. We're in summer 2025. It could drop any day now. Actually, scratch that. It could drop any minute now. And when it does, everything changes. Here's what I mean. Right now, AI is like the internet in 1995. It's cool, it's useful, but most people don't really get it yet. They use ChatGPT to write emails, maybe fix some code, that's it. GPT-5 is like going from dial-up to fiber optic overnight. Suddenly, things that were impossible become easy. Things that were hard become instant. Want to build an app? Minutes, not hours. Want to write complex documents? Done. Want to solve hard problems? It actually reasons through them. But here's the part that's going to blow your mind. And I saved this for last because it's that important. According to OpenAI's own people, GPT-5 isn't just one model, it's multiple breakthroughs unified into one system. Yuchen Jin, he's another person in the AI community, he pointed out something huge. He said these models are getting so advanced, they can switch between different types of reasoning. Simple tasks get simple processing. Complex tasks get deep reasoning. It knows what to use and when. It's like having a Swiss Army knife that turns into whatever tool you need automatically. And get this, people are already talking about GPT-6. They're not stopping, they're accelerating. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds scary. And you know what? It kind of is. When Sam Altman said he's not sure how he feels about it, he wasn't joking. But here's the thing, you can either be scared of it or you can use it. And if you're watching this video, you're already ahead of 99% of people. So let me tell you exactly what you need to do to prepare. First, stop thinking of AI as a tool, start thinking of it as a partner, because GPT-5 isn't just going to do what you tell it, it's going to help you think of things you haven't even considered. Second, start learning prompt engineering now, because the people who know how to talk to AI are going to have superpowers. And I mean that literally. Third, and this is crucial, be ready to move fast. When GPT-5 drops, there's going to be a gold rush. The people who move first will win big. Let me give you an example. When GPT-4 came out, some people used it to build entire businesses in weeks. They made millions, not because they were smarter, but because they moved fast. GPT-5 is going to be that opportunity times 10. Now let me address the elephant in the room. Some people are saying this is all hype. That GPT-5 won't be that different from GPT-4. Those people haven't seen the evidence. The leaks are real, the code is real, the testing is real, and the people at OpenAI, they're not denying it. In fact, they're confirming pieces of it. Alexander Way confirmed GPT-5 is coming. Romain Hewitt confirmed it's unifying all their breakthroughs. This isn't speculation, this is happening. One insider said the testing shows massive improvements in reasoning. Another said it's exceeding their expectations. These aren't random people. These are people with access. And remember, this is just the alpha version. The final release will be even better. So here's what's going to happen next. And pay attention because this affects your future. When GPT-5 launches, there's going to be chaos. Good chaos, but chaos. Every company will scramble to integrate it. Every developer will race to build with it. Every creator will use it to make content. The people who are ready, they'll thrive. The people who aren't, they'll be left behind, but you're not going to be left behind. You know why? Because you're here. You're learning, you're preparing. And that brings me to something important. See, knowing about GPT-5 is one thing. Using it effectively, developers discovered something massive in OpenAI's code repositories. Deep in their biology benchmarks testing files, there's a model called GPT-5 Reasoning Alpha 2025-0713. This isn't some random rumor. This is real code in OpenAI's actual systems. Let me tell you why this is massive. This model was finalized on the 13th of July, and it appears to be the final round of testing. We're talking about a model that's already done with development. They're just polishing it now. But wait, it gets crazier. The code literally shows OpenAI GPT-5 Reasoning Alpha 2025-0713 with reasoning effort high. That means this thing thinks way harder than GPT-4, way harder than anything we've seen. Now here's where it gets wild. Sam Altman himself posted on Twitter about an IMO Gold model, but then Alexander Way from OpenAI posted something huge. He wrote, "By the way, we are releasing GPT-5 soon, and we're excited for you to try it. But just to be clear, the IMO Gold LM is an experimental research model. We don't plan to release anything with this level of math capability for several months." Wait, what? So they have something even more powerful than what they're about to release? This is getting insane. But here's the thing everyone missed. Sam Altman himself shared his experience testing their new model. He said he woke up early on a Saturday to try their new model for a coding project. The result? Done in 5 minutes. It is very, very good. Not sure how I feel about it. Think about that. The CEO of OpenAI is almost scared by how good his own AI has become. Let me break down what we know for sure. First, GPT-5 is real, and it's coming this month. The code proves it. Second, it has something called Reasoning Alpha, which means it thinks step by step like a human. Third, OpenAI employees are already using it, and they say it's incredible. Now here's what makes this different from every other AI model. Yuchen Jin posted on Twitter explaining that GPT-5 isn't just one model. He wrote, "It's not one model, but multiple models. It has a router that switches between reasoning, non-reasoning, and tool-using models." That's why he said prompts will just auto-route to the right model. Think about what this means. When you ask GPT-5 a simple question, it uses the fast model. When you ask it something complex, it switches to the reasoning model. When you need it to use tools or browse the web, it switches again. It's like having 3 different AIs all in one. But the crazy part is what this reasoning model can actually do. Based on the leaks, it can solve complex math problems that stumped previous models. It can write code that actually works on the first try. It can reason through problems like a human expert. And here's the kicker. OpenAI confirmed through their official Twitter account that they're releasing GPT-5 soon, but clarified that the model we used at IMO is a separate experimental model. They also said they don't plan to release a model with this level of capability for many months, but GPT-5 itself is still coming soon, and from what we've seen, free users will get access to it. Now, let me tell you what this means for your business. If you're not using AI yet, you're already behind. But when GPT-5 drops, the gap is going to get huge. Companies that adapt fast will crush their competition. Companies that don't will get left in the dust. I'm talking about AI that can write your entire marketing strategy, AI that can build your website, AI that can handle your customer service, AI that can do market research better than humans, AI that can optimize your SEO better than expensive agencies. But here's what most people don't get. Having access to powerful AI isn't enough. You need to know how to use it right. You need the right prompts, the right workflows, the right strategies. That's why smart business owners are already preparing. They're learning how to work with AI now before GPT-5 hits, because when it does, they'll have a massive head start. Let me share something that most people missed in the leaks. The model has something called high reasoning effort built in. That means it doesn't just give you quick answers, it actually thinks through problems, it considers different options, it checks its work. This is huge for business owners. Instead of getting surface level advice, you'll get deep thought out strategies. Instead of basic content, you'll get content that's actually strategic. Instead of simple automation, you'll get systems that actually think. But here's the thing that has me really excited, the timing. While the exact launch timeline remains unconfirmed, the July 2025 date in the model's name suggests development is progressing rapidly. We're looking at a release any day now. And based on what OpenAI employees are saying, this thing is going to blow people's minds. One insider said, "It is very, very good," but then added, "Not sure how I feel about it." That tells you everything. Even the people building it are amazed by what it can do. Now, here's what you need to understand about the business impact. When GPT-4 launched, it created billion-dollar companies overnight. People who got in early made fortunes. GPT-5 is going to be 10 times bigger. We're talking about AI that can handle complex business processes end-to-end. AI that can manage entire marketing campaigns. AI that can do financial analysis better than accountants. AI that can write legal documents better than lawyers. But the window to get ahead is closing fast. Right now, you can still learn how to use these tools before everyone else catches on. You can still build systems and processes that will give you a huge advantage when GPT-5 launches. The smart money is already moving. I'm seeing business owners invest heavily in AI education right now. They're building AI-powered systems, they're training their teams, they're getting ready for what's coming because they know something most people don't. When GPT-5 hits, it's not just going to be another tool, it's going to reshape entire industries. Companies that aren't ready will get crushed by companies that are. Here's what I predict will happen in the next 30 days. GPT-5 launches with little fanfare. Most people try it once and think it's just another upgrade, but the smart ones will immediately see what it can really do. They'll start using it to automate their content creation, to optimize their marketing, to handle their customer service, to do market research, to write their sales copy, to manage their social media. Within 60 days, these early adopters will have massive competitive advantages. Their costs will be lower, their output will be higher, their results will be better. Within 90 days, everyone else will be scrambling to catch up. But by then, it'll be too late. The gap will be too big. This is exactly what happened with the internet, with social media, with mobile apps. The early adopters got rich. Everyone else got left behind. GPT-5 is going to be the same story, but bigger and faster. Now let me tell you about something else that's hidden in these leaks. The model has advanced reasoning capabilities that can handle multi-step problems. That means it can break down complex business challenges into smaller pieces and solve each one. Imagine asking GPT-5 to create a complete business plan, not just a basic outline, but a detailed plan with market analysis, financial projections, marketing strategies, and operational procedures, all based on deep reasoning, not just templates. Or imagine asking it to optimize your entire sales funnel. It could analyze your current process, identify bottlenecks, suggest improvements, write new copy, and even predict the impact of each change. This isn't science fiction. Based on what we're seeing in the leaks, this is exactly what GPT-5 can do. But here's the thing that has me most excited, the accessibility. Previous reasoning models like O1 were limited and expensive. GPT-5's reasoning capabilities will be available to everyone, including free users. That means any small business owner can access AI reasoning that was previously only available to big corporations. That's a massive equalizer. However, there's a catch. Just having access isn't enough. You need to know how to use it effectively. You need the right strategies, the right prompts, the right workflows. Most people will use GPT-5 like they use GPT-4. They'll ask it basic questions and get basic answers. But the smart ones will learn how to leverage its full reasoning power. They'll learn how to structure complex prompts, how to break down big problems, how to get the AI to think through multiple scenarios, how to use it for strategic planning, not just content creation. This knowledge gap is going to create massive opportunities for those who bridge it. Let me share something from the leaked conversations. OpenAI employees are saying this model can complete entire projects in minutes, not just write code or content, but complete full projects with multiple components. Think about what that means for your business. Projects that currently take weeks could be done in hours. Tasks that cost thousands of dollars could be done for free, but only if you know how to prompt the AI correctly, only if you understand how to structure your requests, only if you have the right workflows in place. This is why smart business owners are investing in AI education right now. They know that when GPT-5 launches, the game changes completely. The businesses that are ready will scale faster than ever before. The businesses that aren't ready will struggle to keep up. Here's what I recommend you do right now. First, start learning how to work with current AI models effectively. Don't wait for GPT-5, build your skills now. Second, identify the biggest bottlenecks in your business. What tasks take the most time? What processes are most expensive? What work could potentially be automated? Third, start thinking about how AI could transform your industry. Not just improve what you're doing, but completely change how you do business. Because that's what's coming. Complete transformation. The leaks show that GPT-5 isn't just an upgrade. It's a fundamental shift in what AI can do. We're moving from AI that helps you to AI that can actually think and reason like a human expert. And the businesses that adapt first will dominate their markets. Now, based on everything we're seeing, GPT-5 could launch any day. The code is finalized, the testing is done, OpenAI employees are already using it. When it does launch, there's going to be a mad rush to figure out how to use it effectively. But by then, it might be too late to get ahead of your competition. The time to prepare is now. The time to learn is now. The time to build your AI-powered systems is now. Because when GPT-5 hits, the business world is going to change forever. And you want to be on the winning side of that change. The businesses that embrace this technology will thrive. The businesses that resist will struggle. The businesses that are prepared will dominate. Which type of business do you want to be? If you want to be the type of business that dominates, you need to start preparing now. You need to learn how AI can transform your operations. You need to build systems that can scale with these new technologies. Sam Altman went on Theo Von's podcast and dropped some crazy news about GPT-5. He actually tested the new model and had this weird moment where he realized that AI was smarter than him. And he said,
this morning, I was testing our new model and I got emailed a question that I didn't quite understand. And I put it in the model, this is GPT-5, and it answered it perfectly. And I really kind of sat back in my chair and I was just like, oh man, here it is moment. And I got over it quickly. I got busy onto the next thing. But it was like, it's what kind of we were talking about. I felt like useless relative to the AI and this thing that I felt like I should have been able to do and I couldn't. And it was really hard, but the AI just did it like that.
Yeah.
It was a weird feeling.
think about that. The guy who built this thing felt useless compared to his own creation. But here's where it gets really wild. Multiple sources are now saying GPT-5 is dropping in August. Microsoft engineers have been preparing server capacity since May. Security experts are doing their final red team testing, and testers are already getting their hands on the code. They even found references to something called GPT-5 Reasoning Alpha 2025-0713 in the wild. That July 13th date, that's when they finalized the model. We're literally seeing the final testing phase happen right now. The code even shows reasoning effort high in the model settings. This thing is being put through its final paces by security experts doing red team testing to find vulnerabilities. You know what else is crazy? Some people are calling this GPT-5 Zenith internally, and there's been chatter about models being tested on arena battles where they compete against each other. The models are getting removed and updated constantly as they fine-tune everything. Sam posted on Twitter last week saying GPT-5 was coming soon. Then he goes on this podcast and basically confirms it's ready. The timing all adds up. But wait, there's more. This isn't just a faster GPT-4. This is something completely different. GPT-5 is going to unify everything OpenAI has built. Remember those reasoning models like O3, the ones that can think step by step? Those are getting merged into GPT-5. And get this, people are so confident this is happening that betting markets are giving OpenAI 58% odds to have the best AI model by the end of August. That's higher than Google, XAI, or anyone else. The smart money is betting on GPT-5. Think about what that means. You'll have one AI that can reason like O3, create images like DALLE, and chat like GPT-4, but better, way better. Reports suggest they might make some version available to free users, but this isn't confirmed yet. What we do know is that it'll be available through different tiers, just like their current models. Now let me tell you about the AI Success Lab real quick. If you want to stay ahead of all these AI updates and learn how to use them for your business, check out the AI Success Lab. We've got over 14,000 members and over 100 use cases you can use right now. Link is in the comments and description. Back to GPT-5. The technical stuff they're doing is insane. They're talking about context windows that can handle over 1 million tokens. Some reports are even saying up to 20 million tokens. That means you could feed it multiple entire books and it would remember everything. Jerry Tworek, who's a VP at OpenAI, said on Reddit that GPT-5 is our next foundational model that is meant to just make everything our models can currently do better and with less model switching. The reasoning capabilities are going to be through the roof. Remember how GPT-4 sometimes made mistakes or got confused? GPT-5 is designed to think before it answers. Like actually think, it'll show you its thought process step by step. But here's what really gets me excited. Sam talked about AI agents that can actually do stuff for you, not just answer questions, actually book restaurants, buy products, handle tasks like a real assistant. That's coming with GPT-5. Now here's something that's going to blow your mind. Someone on Twitter just posted that Sam Altman dropped a glimpse into the future, and it's wild. GPT-5 is already smarter than him and capable of running companies better than a human CEO. Office jobs might be gone. AI will do all the thinking, coding, negotiating, and strategizing faster than any team. College might be obsolete. New generations will skip the old school system because AI might generate so much value we won't need to work. They've been training this thing on NVIDIA's latest H200 GPUs. We're talking about computational power that's beyond anything we've seen before. The amount of data they've fed into this model is probably 10 times what GPT-4 had. Early testers who've tried GPT-5 are saying it outperformed Claude Sonnet 4 in side-by-side comparisons. One person told the information it delivered extremely positive results, especially in multi-step workflows and code debugging. And here's the kicker. Sam compared the jump from GPT-4 to GPT-5 to the jump from GPT-3 to GPT-4. Remember how mind-blowing that was? This is going to be even bigger. Romain Huet, OpenAI's head of developer experience, said, "We're truly excited to not just make a net new great frontier model, we're also going to unify our two series. The breakthrough of reasoning in the O series and the breakthroughs in multimodality in the GPT series will be unified, and that will be GPT-5. But let's talk about what this means for you. If you're a business owner, GPT-5 is going to change how you work. Imagine having an AI that can write your marketing copy, create your content, handle customer service, and even help with strategy decisions. Content creators, this thing is going to be your new best friend. It can help you brainstorm ideas, write scripts, create thumbnails, and even edit your content. Students and professionals, GPT-5 is like having the smartest person in the world as your personal tutor and assistant. Sam said his son will never be smarter than AI. Not for a brief period, never. We're the last generation that got to be the smartest thing in the room, even if it was just for a few years as kids. That's both exciting and terrifying, but mostly exciting if you know how to use it right. But back to GPT-5, one thing that's really interesting is they're also releasing what they call mini and nano versions. So you'll have the full power GPT-5 for complex tasks and lighter versions for quick questions or when you need speed over power. The API is going to be available too, which means developers can build GPT-5 into their own apps and websites. We're talking about a complete transformation of how software works. Microsoft is already testing internal builds of Copilot and Microsoft 365 Copilot with GPT-5. Microsoft Azure is also preparing for GPT-5 integration. This thing is ready to go. And here's something that's flying under the radar. OpenAI is also releasing their first open weights model since GPT-2 in 2019. This one has reasoning capabilities similar to O3 Mini. That means researchers and developers will be able to download it and run it on their own machines. Sam said on July 11th, they're doing extra safety testing on that one though, so it might come before or after GPT-5, depending on last-minute schedule tweaks. But here's what's really wild. Sam said that in the next 2 years, we're going to see more progress than we've seen in the last 2 years. And the last 2 years have been absolutely insane. He also said, AI will be able to compress 10 years of scientific progress into just 1 year. Imagine breakthroughs in climate change, disease treatment, and technology happening 10 times faster. That's the world GPT-5 is going to help create. And what I found is absolutely wild. We're not talking about official announcements. We're talking about insider leaks, code screenshots, and API tests that just surfaced online. Someone just posted leaked proof showing 2 confirmed GPT-5 models that have been found in OpenAI's source code files, GPT-5 Auto and GPT-5 Reasoning. They said, it only makes sense this is releasing any day now. Oh, how far we have come. We were talking about GPT-5 this same time last year, and now the leaked evidence suggests it's finally here. And look at this leaked screenshot. You can see right there in the code. GPT-5 Reasoning and GPT-5 Auto. These are allegedly the 2 versions of GPT-5 that are being tested right now. But here's what's really crazy. Look at this leaked ChatGPT interface screenshot. You can see GPT-5 listed right there in the model section. It says GPT-5 multimodal, except it's just text in, text out for now. Key updates in the coming weeks. If this leak is real, it means GPT-5 is so close to launching that it's already showing up in the ChatGPT interface. This could be happening right now. Now let me show you why this is the biggest AI breakthrough ever. Someone just posted something that will blow your mind. They said nothing to see again. GPT-5 is probably last step before AGI. Look at this benchmark chart they shared. GPT-5 Reasoning is off the charts. The performance is insane compared to everything else. This isn't just another upgrade. This is artificial general intelligence territory. And check this out. They said these are from early tests. That means the final version will be even more powerful. Now let me show you what this means from the Grok analysis I found. GPT-5 is expected to be a significant leap over its predecessors, integrating advanced reasoning from the O-series models like O3 with the language capabilities of earlier GPT models. It aims to offer magic unified intelligence, automatically selecting the best approach for tasks without requiring users to switch models. This is huge. Right now, you need different AI tools for different jobs. GPT-5 does everything automatically. It knows when to use reasoning, when to be creative, when to code. All in one model. The Grok report says GPT-5 will have enhanced reasoning for complex problem solving, potentially resembling System 2, thinking with deeper deliberation. System 2 thinking is how humans think about hard problems. We slow down, we consider options, we work through logic step by step. GPT-5 does this automatically. It also says GPT-5 will have advanced multimodal capabilities, processing text, images, audio, and possibly video, building on OpenAI's Sora model. So GPT-5 doesn't just understand text, it sees images, hears audio, watches videos, all at the same time, like a human brain. And get this, the report mentions a larger context window potentially exceeding GPT-4o's 128,000 tokens, with some speculation of up to 1 million tokens. 1 million tokens means GPT-5 can remember massive amounts of information, entire books, whole conversations, complex projects. It never forgets. But here's the most important part. The report says GPT-5 is expected to be available across different tiers, with free ChatGPT users getting standard access, while Plus and Pro subscribers will access higher intelligence levels. This means everyone gets access to GPT-5, even free users. But if you want the full power, you need to pay. Now let me tell you why this creates massive business opportunities. Someone leaked that GPT-5 is coming. This is on my API I'm requesting O4 Mini, but they're teasing with GPT-5 Nano and GPT-5 Mini. This means developers are already testing GPT-5 through the API. The technology is ready, it's just waiting for the official launch. And here's what makes this a money-making opportunity. GPT-5 isn't just smarter, it's completely different. It can reason through complex problems, handle multiple tasks automatically, and never forget what you tell it. Imagine building customer service systems with GPT-5. It remembers every customer interaction. It reasons through complex problems. It handles multiple communication channels automatically. Or imagine creating content with GPT-5. It researches topics, writes articles, creates images, edits videos, and optimizes everything for your audience, all automatically. This is why I created my AI Success Lab. We have over 14,000 members who are already preparing for GPT-5. We have 100 different tutorials showing you exactly how to build AI-powered businesses, plus all the video notes, templates, and step-by-step processes. Check out the link in the comments and description to get ahead of this revolution. Now here's what the timeline looks like. The Grok report says reports and statements from OpenAI CEO Sam Altman suggest a potential launch in mid to late 2025, with August 2025 frequently cited as a possible target. But here's the thing, we're seeing leaked code, API testing, and interface screenshots right now. This suggests GPT-5 could launch any day. The report also mentions that delays due to training complexities, safety testing, and server capacity issues could push this to later in the year, potentially December 2025 or even Q2 2026. But based on what we're seeing, I think it's coming much sooner. The evidence is overwhelming. Here's what makes GPT-5 different from everything before it. GPT-5 actually reasons through problems like a human expert. Current AI forgets everything when you start a new conversation. GPT-5 remembers everything forever and uses that knowledge to help you better. Current AI needs you to switch between different models for different tasks. GPT-5 automatically chooses the best approach for whatever you're doing. This isn't just an upgrade, this is a fundamental change in how AI works. And here's the business opportunity. Most people are still trying to figure out ChatGPT. While they're catching up, you could be building systems with GPT-5. You could start an AI automation agency, help businesses set up GPT-5 systems that handle their operations automatically. You could create AI-powered products, apps that use GPT-5's reasoning to solve complex problems that current AI can't handle. You could offer consulting services, help companies figure out how to integrate GPT-5 into their workflows. The key is learning this stuff before everyone else. Right now, most businesses don't even know GPT-5 exists. By the time they figure it out, you'll already be the expert. But here's what you need to understand. GPT-5 isn't just about making current tasks easier. It makes things possible that were impossible before, like creating personalized experiences for thousands of customers automatically, or analyzing massive datasets and finding insights humans would miss, or building complex software systems without knowing how to code. This is the biggest shift in technology since the internet. And it's happening right now. Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you comment below and let me know what you think about GPT-5. Are you ready for this revolution? And let me tell you something. What I'm about to share with you today is going to change everything you think you know about AI. We're talking about GPT-5, and the leaks that just came out are absolutely mind-blowing. Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you comment below and let me know what you think about these updates. So here's what happened. Just a few days ago, Tibor Blaho posted a screenshot on X that sent shockwaves through the AI community. The screenshot showed a configuration file dated July 13th, 2025, which mentions GPT-5 Reasoning Alpha. But that's not all. OpenAI is expected to release its next big model, GPT-5, in August, according to recent reports from Axios. We're talking about just weeks away now. Now, let me break down exactly what this means for you and why you need to pay attention. And before I dive deeper, if you want to start implementing AI automation in your business right now, you can get free access to our Insert Tool training inside the AI Success Lab. We have over 100 different AI use cases and step-by-step processes. The link is in the comments and description below. Let me tell you something that's going to blow your mind. The early tester feedback on GPT-5's coding abilities, one person said it was extremely positive. We're talking about AI that can understand your code better than most human developers. But that's just the beginning. Stick around because what I'm about to show you in the next few minutes will completely change how you think about AI forever. First, let's talk about what makes GPT-5 so different. GPT-5 is designed as an integrated model that can carry out various tasks from one demand. This is different from current GPT models, where some are better for research, some for coding, and others for general purposes. Think about this for a second. Right now, you have to switch between different AI models depending on what you want to do. Need reasoning? You use O3. Want multimodal? You use GPT-4.0, but GPT-5, it does everything in one unified system. For the first time, GPT-5 integrates the classic GPT line with the logical reasoning capabilities of the O series, resulting in noticeable improvements, especially in programming tasks, and the early feedback is incredible. According to reports from The Information, GPT-5 shows significantly improved programming skills, especially with complex, realistic code in large software projects. Testers say it outperforms Claude 4 Sonnet in head-to-head comparisons. But it's not just coding. GPT-5 shows higher performance in scientific disciplines such as mathematics, physics, and technical tasks, plus better creative expression, especially when writing texts and literary output. Here's something really cool. GPT-5 has dynamic thought control. It intelligently adjusts its computing power depending on the difficulty of the task, so it doesn't waste resources on simple questions, but really thinks hard on complex problems. It's wild watching people use ChatGPT, knowing what's coming, said an OpenAI insider. They know something we don't, and what's coming is about to make GPT-4 look like a toy. Let me paint you a picture of what GPT-5 can actually do. Where GPT-4 might help you write a product update, GPT-5 could take your roadmap doc, populate Notion with tasks, send notifications to your team, and draft a newsletter, all from a single input. Now, let's dive into the technical stuff, but I'll keep it simple. The model being tested is called GPT-5-Reasoning-Alpha-2025-7-13 with reasoning effort : high. This tells us that reasoning is at the core of what GPT-5 does. GPT-5 is designed to handle multi-step logic and decision-making more effectively. Instead of requiring separate models for different tasks, GPT-5 adapts dynamically, offering a more seamless experience. GPT-5 is set to push the boundaries of multimodal AI, offering support for inputs and outputs across text, images, audio, and potentially video. You could upload an image, get a detailed text report, and receive audio feedback all in one session. Now, here's where things get really crazy. Microsoft is already preparing for GPT-5. Microsoft is piloting a smart mode for Copilot that leverages GPT-5 to provide either quick replies or detailed analysis based on the complexity of the user's request. This means Microsoft knows GPT-5 is so powerful that they're building entire new interfaces around it. Think about what that means for productivity tools, for business automation, for everything. Let me share something that's going to change how you think about AI forever. We're moving from passive assistants to active agents. GPT-5 is expected to feature improved memory capabilities, allowing it to retain information across sessions more effectively. Additionally, the model is likely to integrate autonomous tools, allowing it to perform actions like scheduling tasks, retrieving external data, or executing commands without constant user input. Now, let me address something critical that just came out. Sam Altman himself just warned about a major privacy issue that most people don't know about. On Theo Von's podcast, Altman revealed something shocking about ChatGPT conversations. People talk about the most personal stuff in their lives to ChatGPT. People use it, young people especially use it, as a therapist, a life coach, having these relationship problems and asking, what should I do? Altman said, here's the problem. When you talk to a real therapist or doctor, there's legal confidentiality, but with ChatGPT, there's no such protection. If OpenAI gets subpoenaed in a lawsuit, they could be legally required to produce your conversations. I think that's very screwed up. I think we should have the same concept of privacy for your conversations with AI that we do with a therapist. Altman admitted. This is huge. It means every personal conversation you have with AI right now could potentially be used against you in court. That's something to seriously consider before you share sensitive information. But back to the exciting stuff. Here's what really excites me about GPT-5. I am excited to just get to GPT-5 and GPT-6, and I think that'll be easier for people to use, said Sam Altman. Even the CEO of OpenAI is excited about how much easier this is going to make AI for regular people. OpenAI aims to simplify interactions with GPT-5 by removing the need for a model selector. This change ensures that advanced features are accessible to all users, regardless of their technical expertise. No more confusion about which model to use, no more technical barriers. Just tell it what you want, and it figures out how to do it. And here's the timeline you need to know. CEO Sam Altman posted on X on July 19th that GPT-5 would be released soon. Then Altman appeared the July 23rd on Theo Von's podcast, where he praised the abilities of the new model. When the CEO is going on podcasts to talk about how excited he is about the new model, you know something big is coming. GPT-5 use is already cropping up in the wild. As testers get their hands on the code and security experts do their red teaming, additional signs that the model is getting close to release. The fact that it's already being tested in real-world scenarios means we're in the final stages before launch. Let me share a reality check that's important to understand. When asked if GPT-5 will be another shockwave for the AI industry, an OpenAI researcher responded with, "We will see," and a wink emoji, which seems to suggest that it could be a really significant update. That wink emoji tells you everything you need to know. They know something big is coming. In addition to being better at coding and more powerful overall, GPT-5 is expected to combine the attributes of both traditional models and reasoning models such as O3. And here's the proof this is working. One person who has used GPT-5 says it performs better than Anthropic's Claude Sonnet 4 in head-to-head comparisons they've tested. That's huge because Claude Sonnet 4 is currently one of the best AI models available. GPT-5 achieves this through integration of language and reasoning models in a single system for more accurate and context-aware responses. This is the unification I was talking about earlier. One model that does everything and does it better than the competition. OpenAI is planning to launch GPT-5 with mini and nano versions that will also be available through its API. This means you'll be able to build GPT-5 into your own applications and services. Think about what that means for software companies, for service businesses, for anyone who wants to add AI capabilities to their offerings. And here's something that's going to impact every industry. Naturally, with all of these improvements, ChatGPT will also see improvements in its ability to create images and videos. We're talking about AI that can create any type of content you need, all from the same interface. Here's what I want you to take away from all of this. GPT-5 isn't just another AI update. It's a fundamental shift in how AI works and what it can do for your business. And here's the bottom line. If you're not preparing for this shift now, you're going to be left behind. The businesses that figure out how to leverage GPT-5 first are going to have an incredible competitive advantage. So what should you do right now? Start thinking about your processes. Start identifying the workflows in your business that could be automated. Start learning how to work with AI effectively. Because when GPT-5 launches, and it's launching soon, the game changes for everyone. Now, if you want to get ahead of this curve, I've got some resources that can help you. First, my AI Profit Boardroom is the best place to scale your business, get more customers, and save hundreds of hours with AI automation. We currently have over 1,000 members who are already implementing these strategies. If you want a custom strategy for your specific business, you can book a free SEO strategy session. The link is in the comments and description. And don't forget about that free insert tool training I mentioned earlier. Inside the AI Success Lab, we have step-by-step processes and over 100 different use cases that you can implement right now. We have 14,000 members because people know they're missing out if they're not part of something this big. The video notes from today's breakdown, along with all our other training materials, are available in the AI Success Lab. Links are in the comments and description. GPT-5 is coming. The question isn't whether it's going to change everything, it's whether you're going to be ready for it. Comment below and let me know what you're most excited about with GPT-5. And if you found this breakdown valuable, make sure to hit that subscribe button because the AI updates are coming fast and you don't want to miss any of them. Remember, Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you share your thoughts below. The AI revolution is here. Make sure you're on the winning side